Good evening, wrestling fans. This went down 30 minutes ago here tonight. The Italian Stallion was signing autographs for fans. He was ambushed by the Long Riders, Black Bart and Wild Bill Irwin. The Italian Stallion has been taken by ambulance to the hospital. He will be unable to compete tonight in that qualifying match in the World Tag Team Title Tournament, leaving Sam Houston high and dry. The WCW Championship Committee has issued Sam Houston 3 options. One is the forfeit, but I know Sam Houston, he will never quit.
The following contest
His other 2 options, of course, take on both members of the Long Riders in a handicap match until Italian Stallion can recover or find a new partner. I think this will be one of those 2 options, fans. Those latter 2. Hello everyone, I'm Josh. I'll be with you tonight for the next 50 minutes of great wrestling action. Thank you for tuning in to World Championship Wrestling. And we are kicking things off with a first round match in the World Title Tournament. The Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff, taking on the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. What a night of action coming your way. Also tonight, another first round match in that title tournament. The Great Muta will take on Hands of Stone, Ron Garvin. And also a round 2 match. The round 2 kicks off tonight as the Enforcer, Arn Anderson, will take on Sting. Good news for Sting and his fans. He has recovered from that attack last week at the hands of Arn Anderson in the dressing room area. Anderson walloped Sting with that steel chair repeatedly. Sting was taken to the hospital and he is going to compete here tonight, but what kind of shape is he going to be in? That remains to be seen. That's our main event this evening. Sting taking on Arn Anderson, hoping to get revenge on the Enforcer. But what a cowardly and disrespectful, blatant disregard for the rules shown by the Long Riders here tonight, taking out the Italian Stallion. That is a qualifying match in the World Tag Team Title Tournament. That man right there, Barbarian, and his partner, the Warlord, are already in the tournament. They earned their spot last week. They picked up one of the 8 spots available. Only 3 remain for the tournament. We know the Powers of Pain are in it. Warlord and Barbarian. The Midnight Express are there. Beautiful Bobby Eaton and Sweet Stan Lane. Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard of the 4 Horsemen. And of course the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal. Already in that World Tag Team Title Tournament. The top 4 teams received a bye into the tournament. The other 4 spots being earned in qualifying matches. It's another sold-out crowd in Atlanta, Georgia. There is no better place to be on Saturday night but watching World Championship Wrestling, whether live or on television. We thank you so much for tuning in.
Austin, Texas, weighing in at 270 pounds, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Let's recap the World Title Tournament. Ric Flair defeated Sam Houston in round 1. Nikita Koloff defeated Brad Armstrong. The Enforcer, Arn Anderson, got past Magnum TA. What a match that was. And Sting defeated Tully Blanchard. And of course, last week, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, defeated Chief Wahoo McDaniel. And Lex Luger defeated Barry Windham. So already 6 men have advanced to round 2. 2 spots open. 4 men vying for it. Dusty Rhodes set to begin here. Taking on a member of the Powers of Pain, the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. And Koloff has backup. We see Baron Von Raschke and the Barbarian and Paul Jones, their manager, at ringside. No one in the corner of the American Dream. Magnum TA, the closest friend to Dusty Rhodes. And he is not in the building tonight, I'm told. Good armbar here by the American Dream, driving Koloff to the mat. Good kick to the midsection by the Russian Bear. And a beautiful backbreaker. Ivan Koloff is the master of the bear hug. He'll also use the Russian sickle to put away an opponent. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, uses the figure 4 leg lock and the bionic elbow. Face first goes the American Dream into the mat. Koloff pumped up here tonight. He wants to move on in that World Title Tournament and be among the Elite 8 in round 2. Rhodes hammering away on Koloff. Koloff dazed. Rhodes picks him up, cracks the knee. And now Rhodes going to work. Stomps the arm. Good strategy here by the American Dream, trying to weaken those arms. limit the effectiveness of the Russian bear, the bear hug I should say, and the Russian sickle. Kick to the midsection, doubled over the Dream, and there's another backbreaker. And Koloff working over the back of the American Dream. Koloff picks him up. Front face lock. Russian leg sweep, perfectly executed. Koloff waiting on Rhodes as Rhodes pulls himself up by the ropes. Belly-to-belly suplex back into the ring. Great impact. Swift kick right to the throat. And now Koloff gets kicked right in the shin. Both men collide. And Rhodes, look at the strength. Military press. Slammed him down. Strong kick to the back. Now the Dream applying the shoulder claw. We have nearly an hour of airtime this evening. But we will stay with you as long as it takes to bring you all 4 great matches here in World Championship Wrestling. Before we go off the air tonight, I hope to bring you an update on the health of the Italian Stallion. If you're just tuning in, earlier tonight, the Long Riders, Black Bart and Wild Bill Irwin, knowing they had a match with the Italian Stallion and Sam Houston here tonight, a qualifying match in the World Tag Team Title Tournament. The Long Riders attacked the Italian Stallion while he was signing autographs for our great fans here in the arena. The Italian Stallion sustained quite an injury, I'm told, and he was transported by ambulance to the hospital. And we hope to have an update on his status soon. Rhodes picks him up. Sets him up on the top rope. What's he going to do with him here? Drapes him down. And Koloff hung in the corner. Rhodes putting the cowboy boot right to the throat of Ivan Koloff. Knee right to the lower back. Rhodes fired up here tonight. He wants to move on to round 2. He would love to get his paws on Nature Boy Ric Flair. Flair is already in round 2. Turns him over. Cover. Leg hooked. Easy kick out there by Koloff. Our referee for tonight's match is referee Bill Scott, one of the best in the business. And he is looking on, checking in to see if Koloff wants to call it quits right here. As Rhodes pulls back on both arms and buries the knee to the center of the back. Koloff getting to his feet. Good elbow right to the midsection. And a running knee right to the gut. Doubled him over. Cover here by Koloff. A 1 count only. What a great match to kick off the program. So happy you're with us. Koloff just manhandling Dusty Rhodes. And Rhodes fading fast. Falls face first to the mat. There's a bear hug. He's got it locked on. Rhodes is close to the ropes, however. He needs to grab that top rope to break the hold. But can he reach it? Such agony he's in. Koloff squeezing. May force Dusty Rhodes to submit right here. But Rhodes trying to get his composure here. Driving the elbow to the side of the head. Now claps the ears. And that breaks the hold. Very few men have been able to get out of Koloff's bear hug. But add Dusty Rhodes to that short list. Slams him down after the airplane spin. Now Rhodes picks him up. Nice high knee lift by the Russian bear. Nikita Koloff, Ivan's teammate, has already advanced to round 2. Koloff hoping to join him. But that is going to be a tall task to get past the American Dream right now. He is fired up. Good chop there by the Dream. And now drapes the leg over that bottom rope. Just bending it. Just cutting into the flesh. And Rhodes, head of steam. Double throat punch. And here comes Baron Von Raschke up on the apron, distracting the referee. 1, 2. I think Rhodes had him pinned right there. But referee Bill Scott out of position. He warned Baron Von Raschke not to get involved. Here comes the bionic elbow. And that busted open Ivan Koloff. The blood streaming down. And Baron again to the rescue. 1, 2, 3. The American Dream had him pinned right there. And Baron Von Raschke, I think he has been warned again. He's lucky that Bill Scott did not send him to the showers. Yeah, he just did. He had enough of Baron von Raschke arguing, and now Koloff has turned things around here. Crossface here on Rhodes, looking for the submission win. Rhodes in a lot of trouble here. Baron von Raschke is gone. He's headed back to the locker room. We will not see him the rest of the night, or he will be fined. Koloff picks him up. Fallaway slam. Koloff's going to need medical attention here. Bill Scott might have to stop this match. Koloff turns him over. Boston Crab leaning back. And Rhodes in trouble. Barbarian Paul Jones still out there, so the numbers still favor Ivan Koloff. So far, neither man has gotten involved in this matchup. Baron von Raschke twice got involved. And he said something to referee Bill Scott that Scott did not like. He sent him to the showers. Rhodes with the submission hold applied. Just tosses Ivan Koloff to the side, claps his ears, has him up again. The airplane spin once more. Round and around he goes. And down to the mat, he slammed. Great move there by the American Dream. And now Rhodes showing no mercy, pounding on that bloodied forehead. Rhodes wants to move on. Drives all the way down on the lower back. As I mentioned, fans, our main event tonight, Arn Anderson taking on Sting. What kind of condition is Sting going to be in? He was walloped numerous times with that steel chair. Koloff moved out of the way last week by Arn Anderson. After Anderson heard the news that he would be taking on Sting, thought he was going for crossroads, and instead drives the elbow right to the throat. Rhodes picks him up. Into the ropes. There's the elbow. Again, hitting that forehead. Look at the blood just flowing down now. Koloff trying to wipe it out of his eyes. He needs a timeout. They have until the count of 10 to get back in the ring. Look out for Paul Jones, number 1 Paul Jones, up in the face of the American Dream. Koloff taking his time getting back in the ring. Here comes Rhodes. Koloff's ready for him. Good shoulder tackle. And the cover. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Near fall. Rhodes just kicked out. Fans thought it was cutting by surprise here. Fans thought Koloff had won it. Stomps the face. And Koloff has some fans here in Atlanta as he raises his arm in celebration. Both arms. Shoulder claw here by Koloff. Bill Scott again checking in. Rhodes sweeps the leg out from underneath Koloff. Good right hand. That speaks volumes. And that blood pouring now down the face of the Russian Bear. Drives the knee right to the back. Turns him over. Rhodes going for the win. Hooks the leg. Easy kick out by the Russian Bear, but the referee might have to check on Ivan Koloff and stop this one. That would mean Dusty Rhodes would advance if Koloff is unable to continue here, or if the referee deems him so. Picks him up. Again, Koloff reeling. Those left jabs and a double throat thrust once more. And Koloff in trouble as Rhodes is going to lock on the figure 4. Middle of the ring. Koloff in a lot of pain here. Can he sustain the pressure of the figure 4 leg lock? He's going to fight his way free. Never count out Ivan Koloff. Koloff just daring Rhodes to hit him, and he did. He planted him with that elbow. Leaping elbow. This one's over. 2. No, it's not. Koloff kicked out. What heart shown from the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. Even the fans here that might not like him have to respect him now. He has no quit in him. And Rhodes applies that shoulder claw, wearing down Ivan Koloff. How much longer can Koloff go? Drives him down to the mat. Koloff rolls out of the way. Takes him down. Great move by the Russian Bear. Ivan measuring Dusty now. Picks him up. What a backbreaker. And Koloff not done with him. Has him up again. There's the bear hug. Once more in the middle of the ring. Dusty nowhere to go. Koloff has worked over the back. Can Dusty get out of here? Middle of the ring. Dusty thrashing the arms around trying to break it. But Koloff cinching it in. Dusty trying to get out. Dusty fighting. But Koloff. Look at Ivan. He's squeezing harder. The bear hug's locked in. Dusty. He gave up. He gave up. Ivan's moving on. Ivan Koloff moves on to round 2. What a victory over the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. What a match to kick off the program. Dusty had nowhere to go. He was fighting, trying to get out of that bear hug. He escaped it the first time, but not the second. And Ivan Koloff moves on to round 2. Let's look back at some of the action in this classic matchup. Dusty applied that bionic elbow. Thought he had Ivan defeated right there. But thanks to Baron von Raschke, there was interference and the referee distracted. But Ivan fought his way back. Applied that bear hug, and what a win.
Here is your winner, the Russian Gladiator, Irwin Koloff.
His face is a crimson mask. He's going to require medical attention, but he is in the winner's circle this evening. Picking up quite a win over the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Don't go anywhere, fans. The World Title Tournament continues next with another great match. The Great Muta set to do battle with Hands of Stone Ron Garvin, and Ron Garvin coming out first.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 242 pounds, Ron Garvin.
It remains to be seen what's going to happen in our tag team match later tonight. Will it be a tag match or will it be a handicap match? Sam Houston set to do battle with the Long Riders, Black Bart and Wild Bill Irwin. Earlier tonight, the Italian Stallion injured at the hands of Irwin and Bart. Stallion was transported to the hospital via ambulance. And the WCW Championship Committee issued Houston presented him with 3 choices. One was to forfeit and let the Long Riders move on. I know Sam Houston, he will never quit. He would rather battle him alone in a handicap match than to throw in the towel or wave the white flag. And the other option is he could choose another partner. Who would that be if he goes that route? That remains to be seen. That match is coming up next, fans, right after this one. The Great Muta making his way to the ring. The Pearl of the Orient. This is our last match in the first round.
And his opponent from Osaka, Japan, weighing in at 243 pounds, the Great Muta.
Well, Muta has at least one fan here in attendance tonight. You heard him cheering for the Great Muta. What a match this one should be. But can it top that opener? What a win by the Russian Bear. Dusty was favored to win that one, but we saw how it turned out. The Russian Bear moving on to round 2. And so now just one spot open in the second round. Nature Boy Ric Flair, the Russian Nightmare Nikita Koloff, the Enforcer Arn Anderson, Sting, Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, and the Total Package Lex Luger. And now the Russian Bear Ivan Koloff, all making it to round 2. One of these two men will fill out the bracket here. Garvin picks him up. Big right hand. Picks him up. Muta's. Good counter there by the Great Muta. Excellent DDT. Now Muta with a neck breaker. Muta is the master of the handspring elbow and the moonsault. Dragon Sleeper now applied by Great Muta. The moonsault, of course, is a reverse splash off the top rope. Into the corner. Good clothesline there by the man with the hands of stone. Garvin will use the Garvin stomp, the figure 4 leg lock, and also the uppercut to put away an opponent. Good elbow there by Garvin. Garvin with the submission hold. Muta trying to wrestle free, and he does. The Garvin stomp, of course, is when the opponent, basement DDT there by Muta, is when the opponent is lying flat on his back in the middle of the ring. Cover here by Muta. Garvin circles the man, but each time he goes around him, he kicks or stomps a different body part until he finally kicks him right in the face. It has put away many opponents. Flying elbow drop off the top rope. Going for the cover here. Leg is hooked. 2. Near fall. Muta almost made it to round 2 right there. Ron Garvin also will be wrestling in the very near future, either next week or the week after, in the World Tag Team Title Tournament. He is teaming with the Raging Bull Manny Fernandez. What a duo that should be. He's in the qualifying round. Throws him up and over that top rope. Sends him sailing to the floor. That is not a disqualification. Garvin picks him up. What a jab there by Garvin. Muta blocks it. Good forearm shot. Sends Garvin crashing into the steel barricade. And Muta now raining down right hands on the head of Garvin. Muta back in the ring. Going up top. High risk move. Muta waiting for Garvin to get to his feet. This is going to break the count when he comes off. Flying elbow drop right to the top of the head. That reset the count when Muta entered the ring and then went back outside to the floor. He just threw Ron Garvin into that steel ring post. And Muta might pick up the count-out win right here if Garvin's unable to get back in the ring by the count of 10. Garvin slow to get up here. He's back in the ring. Front face locked by Garvin. And Garvin attacking the leg. As I mentioned, Garvin will use the figure 4. Good elbow drop. Strong kick to the neck. Now Garvin. Taunting Muta. The boot right to the eyes. Swift kick to the back. Armbar applied by Ron Garvin. Tag team action still to come. Also, Sting seeking revenge against Arn Anderson in our main event. Beautiful elbow drop there by Muta. And Muta with the Dragon Sleeper once more. He did not have a good grip on it. Muta relinquished the grip. He's dragging Garvin to the middle of the ring. He's going to reapply that move. Stronger grip this time. He likes the positioning. Garvin's trying to squirm his way over to the ropes to hook the leg over that bottom rope and break the hold. But instead, Garvin uses his own power to get out. And now Garvin with a waist lock. Good suplex. Garvin measures him. Elbow right to the face. Right between the eyes. Drags him to the middle of the ring. And there it is, the Garvin stomp. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. Right to the kisser. Cover, middle of the ring. He's got the leg hooked. 2. Might have knocked him out. He did. Muta's out. Garvin's moving on. Garvin secures the last spot in round 2. And now the bracket is full, but we'll know the pairings perhaps not until next week. We do know that Sting is taking on Arn Anderson. But we know now that Ron Garvin, Lex Luger, Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, Sting, Arn Anderson, Nikita Koloff, Ric Flair, those are the 8 men remaining in the World Title Tournament. Any one of them could walk away with the gold. Great win by Garvin.
Here is your winner, Ron Garvin.
It is time for the qualifying match in the World Tag Team Title Tournament. The winner of this matchup will move on into round 1.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 535 pounds, Black Bart and Bill Irwin.
They've got to be feeling confident here. They've sent Italian Stallion to the hospital, and they're banking on Sam Houston being outnumbered here. We're going to find out. Surely this match is going to go on. I don't think Sam Houston, like I said, he will not quit. He's not going to forfeit here. He is not going to forfeit. And Houston making his way to the ring. He'll take them both on single-handedly if he has to.
Texas, weighing in at 218 pounds.
I don't know if you read his lips right there, but he said, I have a partner. He said, I have a partner. He told one of the fans. Who's it going to be? If you could read his lips, he said, I have a partner. And that fan raised his arms in celebration. Who will be the partner of Sam Houston? Mystery partner coming out next. Fans standing wondering who it's going to be. Who's going to team with Sam Houston to battle the Long Riders? Fans looking toward the dressing room area. They're standing. Who's coming out? It's the All-American Ron Simmons! Ron Simmons!
Georgia, weighing in at 278 pounds, the All-American Ron Simmons.
Wild Bill Irwin kicked the bottom rope. Black Bart beside himself. They can't believe it. Look at that. Ron Simmons will team with Sam Houston. What a duo. And that might have worked against Bill Irwin and Black Bart. Ron Simmons, quite a competitor. Don't take away anything from the Italian Stallion, but Ron Simmons is a powerhouse. Houston starting things off. Black Bart with a clothesline. And he is furious here. Taking out on Sam Houston, left hands. And now the cowboy boot right to the gut. No love lost between Black Bart and Sam Houston. Gut wrench here. Twirls him around and slams him to the mat. Houston now. Elbow to the midsection. Sam Houston was in the World Title Tournament 2 weeks ago. He lost to Nature Boy Ric Flair. But now a chance to get back in it. In this World Tag Team Title Tournament. If he can get past Black Bart and Wild Bill with his new partner, Ron Simmons. Drives the head down. Picks him up. Shoots him into the corner. What a clothesline. But Black Bart, great hip toss there, arm drag I should say. Mid punch to the midsection. Bart picks him up. Drives him down, just slammed him face first. Ron Simmons from behind. But Black Bart gave him a right hand that sent him sailing to the floor. Garvin grabbed the face. Or excuse me, Simmons grabbed the face. Wrong Ron there. Cover here by Wild Bill. A 1 count only. Houston able to kick out. Punch to the midsection. Wild Bill with a right hand. And they are taking it to young Sam Houston here tonight. The Long Riders don't care who they have to face. They want to advance to the World Tag Team Title Tournament. Winds up and drops the elbow to the back of the head. Houston being manhandled here by Bill and Bart. Armbar here by Wild Bill. Drives him down to the mat. Drags him to the middle of the ring. Claws the back. Spins him around. Throws him into the corner. Follows it in with a wicked clothesline. Houston trying to crawl to his corner. He's going the wrong way. Again, breaks the back with the claws, with the nails. Big right hand there by Sam. And he'll make the tag to the All-American Ron Simmons. Simmons charging in. Flying shoulder tackle. Takes down Wild Bill. And Ron Simmons calling out to the crowd. Look out from behind. Black. I don't think he knew Black Bart was tagged in. He didn't know, I don't think, that Wild Bill had made the tag. Picks him up. Drops him gut first. Houston took a wild swing there. Black Bart missed both times. And Bart going after Sam Houston. Houston trying to flying splash, but nobody home. Simmons with the flying shoulder tackle takes down Black Bart. Cover here by the All-American. Hooks the leg, but gets a 1 count before Bart kicks out. Fans, in case you're interested, the WWE has launched a WCW channel right here on YouTube. I think you just type in WCW space WWE and you should find it. They've uploaded a lot of content, including some older footage from the Jim Crockett promotion days. Knee right to the face of Wild Bill. Down he goes. Simmons was going to clothesline him down, but Wild Bill had already started falling to the mat. Atomic drop. Simmons picks him up. Fires him into the corner. Tag made to Sam Houston. Double team coming up. Simmons just rammed Bill's face into that cowboy boot of Sam Houston. But there's a boot right to the face by Wild Bill. And a clothesline that drops Sam Houston. Cheap shot there by Ron Simmons, but Wild Bill moved out of the way anyway. Referee Bill Scott warning Simmons not to interfere. He is not the legal man. Wild Bill turns him over. Cover. Here comes Ron Simmons in. He'll break up the pin. Again, Bill Scott issuing a warning to Ron Simmons. Inverted atomic drop. Going after Black Bart. Knocks him off the apron. Wild Bill with a right hand knocks down Ron Simmons. Not sure what Simmons was thinking there. He was going to jump off that middle rope. And again, Bill Scott ordering Simmons out of the ring. Wild Bill picks him up, slams him down, off the ropes. No, instead, Wild Bill, I think he was going for the corkscrew elbow, but he saw that Simmons was close to being tagged in, halted in his tracks, and made sure that Sam Houston was unable to make the tag. Good heads-up wrestling there by Wild Bill Irwin, but Sam Houston now fighting back, picks him up, and slams him face first to the mat. Sam Houston was racing toward Black Bart. Black Bart said something to him that he did not like, and Black Bart first hit him with a cowboy boot, but Sam Houston rebounds and knocks him off the apron. Sam Houston from behind. Face first, and finally Houston showing some offense. Houston calling out to the crowd. He kind of coaxed Wild Bill in there. Good fireman carry takeover. Wild Bill with a big forearm shot right to the jaw. Straight right hand. That dropped Sam Houston. Dragging him over to the corner. Here comes Ron Simmons in. Ron Simmons from behind. Again, Ron Simmons is not supposed to be in there. Bill Scott yelling at him to get out. Down goes Black Bart. And now Ron Simmons exits the ring. He is definitely providing help for Sam Houston here tonight. Wild Bill first man to his feet. Houston still on the mat. Wild Bill going after Ron Simmons. No, he changed his mind. Referee Bill Scott distracted by Ron Simmons. Ron Simmons has been very involved in this matchup when he shouldn't have been. Wild Bill just putting the cowboy boots to Sam Houston. If you're just tuning in, the Italian Stallion was injured about 30 minutes before we went on the air. He was out signing autographs for fans. The minute that Wild Bill and Black Bart rushed into the ring, our fans scurried for safety. And Wild Bill and Black Bart attacked the Italian Stallion, injuring him and sending him to the hospital. Camel clutch here by Wild Bill. Still no word on the status of the Italian Stallion. Spins him around. Great move there by Sam Houston. Wild Bill whips him into the corner. He's just taunting Sam Houston now. Great move. He was playing possum. He jacked his jaw, and there's the Bulldog. He planted him. That's his move. Down goes Black Bart. Houston needs to make the cover here. He's not going to do it. Picks him up. He's going for a second Bulldog. He landed it. And Wild Bill's been busted open. The blood flowing down from the forehead cover. Leg hook. 1, 2. He got him. Sam Houston and Ron Simmons have made it to the World Tag Team Title Tournament. Upset victory over the Long Riders here tonight. And they've got to be furious. Their plan backfired. They tried to weaken the team by taking out the Italian Stallion. They wanted to beat up Sam Houston. But Sam Houston grabbed another tag team partner, and what a partner he was, or is. That's the All-American Ron Simmons. They're moving on to the tournament.
Here are your winners, Sam Houston and the All-American Ron Simmons.
What a team here tonight, and what a win. Don't go away, our main event comes up next. It is time to kick off round 2 in the World Title Tournament. The enforcer, Arn Anderson, not a warm welcome for him. Actually, it's Barry Windham coming out first, I see. Came out a different area. Interesting here, what they got planned. But it's the enforcer, Arn Anderson. There you see him taking on Sting. There's Ric Flair. Tully Blanchard, he's got to be furious. He lost to Sting last week. Sting outnumbered here tonight. The 4 horsemen at full force.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, Tully Blanchard and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. From Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 225 pounds, the enforcer, Arn Anderson.
Fans, bad news concerning the Italian Stallion. He has sustained a serious leg injury. And he's going to be out indefinitely from World Championship Wrestling. So our thoughts and prayers definitely with the Italian Stallion as he makes his recovery. Hopefully we see him again in the squared circle. And fans, we have our pairings for round 2. Of course, kicking off with Anderson versus Sting. What kind of condition is Sting going to be in? Anderson attacked Sting last week in the dressing room area with that steel chair, hitting him repeatedly. What an ovation for Sting as he makes his way to the ring.
And his opponent from Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 251 pounds, this is Sting!
If he is hurting, he sure isn't showing it. The Stinger looks as good as ever in the red and black and the white. Sting seeking revenge against Arn Anderson in round 2 of the World Title Tournament. And Sting just took off that jacket and his ribs are taped. That's going to draw a target from Arn Anderson. And yes, indeed, he's going after him. There's a backbreaker. There's that bandage around the waist of Sting. Fans cheering for him. Tully Blanchard cheering on. He lost last week to Sting. Anderson showing no mercy. Going after that wounded area. This is the main event. This is World Championship Wrestling, the Major League of Professional Wrestling. Anderson cranking the neck. And fans, yes, we do have the pairings for round 2. The Russian Bear Ivan Koloff will take on the Total Package Lex Luger. Hands of Stone Ron Garvin to take on Nature Boy Ric Flair. And the Russian Nightmare Nikita Koloff taking on Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. So some great pairings for round 2. Face first goes Sting into that top turnbuckle. The winner of this match will advance to the Final 4, the semifinals. Anderson wants that World Championship. Could it indeed come down to Anderson versus Sting Anderson versus Flair in the finals? I was about to say the Sting was just dropped throat first over that top rope. Low kick there by Double A, the Enforcer, and a beautiful neck breaker. It's been all Arn Anderson so far. Lateral press. Easy kick out there by Sting. Anderson celebrating perhaps too early though. Sting getting to his feet. There's a clothesline. That dropped him to the mat. And now Sting applying the Dragon Sleeper. We saw the great Muta apply that earlier on. Muta, of course, fell short. Against Hands of Stone Ron Garvin. Sting going up top. He'll reroute here as Anderson makes it back to the ring. Clothesline there by Double A. And again, Anderson targeting that wounded area. Anderson now stops the arm. Sting, of course, is the master of the Scorpion Deathlock. Cover here by the Enforcer. Easy kick out by Sting. Sting uses the Scorpion Deathlock, the Scorpion Death Drop, which is an inverted DDT. And also the Stinger Splash. Anderson, the master of the Gourd Buster, the Spine Buster, and the DDT. So quite an arsenal of maneuvers from both men. Shoulder claw here by the Enforcer. Referee checking in. We're getting close to the time we have to go off the air, but we'll stay with you to bring you the conclusion of this main event. So we're not going anywhere. Sting has him up. Standing vertical suplex. All the blood rushing to the head of Arn Anderson as Sting presses him. Great move there by Sting. Sting now has him going for another suplex. Beautifully done. Strong kick to the neck. Leaping elbow drop. And a second. And why not? A third time he drops the elbow down. Sting beats the chest. He is fired up here tonight. He wants revenge on the Enforcer. Into the ropes goes Double A. What a clothesline. He caught him right in the jaw with it. Now Sting going to work on the leg. Setting him up perhaps for that Scorpion Deathlock. Sting going up top. Watch your back, Sting, Flair, Flair, Blanchard, and Wyndham all at his back. Sting, flying clothesline. He went sailing across the ring. Great move there by Sting. Now the shoulder claw applied. Once more, driving down the Enforcer. Good kick there by the Stinger. The winner of this match moves on to the semifinals. Powerbomb by Sting. Sting might be going for the Scorpion right here. No, instead he stomps the stomach. Knocked the wind out of Double A. Now picks him up. Military press, high above the head, and drops him down. Elbow drop to the lower back. And a second. And a third. A trio of elbows there by the Stinger. Sting's not done with him. Camel clutch, but just sitting down on the back of the Enforcer. Anderson trying to reach out to the ropes. He grabbed the hand of Sting now. Both hands. Anderson trying to break free, and he'll somersault him over. Just flipped him over there. Leaping elbow there by Sting. And Sting back to work on the leg. Tully Blanchard just slid a chair into the bottom rope. Sting did not like that one bit. He's going after Tully. He's going after Blanchard. Military press on the floor. Watch your back, Sting. There's Flair right behind you. He just took out Tully Blanchard with that military press. Blanchard yelling at Sting. Into the ropes. Inverted atomic drop, and Anderson collapses against the ropes. Anderson was trying to fight Sting off there. And look at that. The slingshot suplex. That's Tully's move. And Tully's shouting now. He looked down at Tully Blanchard. Barry Windham didn't like it either. Now up in the face of Sting. Referee Bill Scott threw that chair out of the ring. Watch your back, Sting. Anderson's getting up to his feet. Clothesline there by Double A. Ric Flair and Barry Windham both shouting at Sting. And that caused a momentary distraction. And that allowed Arn Anderson to apply that vicious clothesline. And now he knocks Sting down off the apron. Sting crashes to the floor. Look out, here comes the Nature Boy over. Sting outnumbered here tonight. Anderson picks him up. Anderson gonna introduce him. He introduced his face to those steel steps. Might have knocked out Sting. Picks him up. And again, drops him over the steps. Sting got to his feet. What a move there by Sting. He just clotheslined Arn Anderson down. And now Sting going for the Scorpion Deathlock, but in the wrong place. You can't win by submission on the floor here, Sting. And Sting realizes that referee up to 7. If both men are counted out, they'll be eliminated from the tournament. But they're back in the ring before the count of 10. Elbow drop there by Sting. We're going to stay with you for the conclusion of this matchup. Don't worry, we're not going off the air. Sting with that camel clutch once more. Sitting down on the back of the enforcer. Anderson trying to rise here. Grabs the hands. Flips him over. Great move there by Double A. Both men exhausted here. There's a spine buster out of nowhere. He's got him pinned. He's got him pinned. 1. Anderson moving on to the semifinals. No, Sting kicked out. Anderson hitting with a spine buster. Sting somehow able to kick out. Anderson can't believe it. He'll make another cover here. 1, 2, and 3. No, Sting got the shoulder up. Sting got the shoulder up. Anderson might be going for the DDT here. Flair said, put him away, put him away. Sting caught the leg. Short arm clothesline. And here comes Barry Windham up on the apron again. Anderson from behind. Look out, Sting. Great move there by Anderson, the code breaker. Cover here by the enforcer. Sting kicked out. Fans roar with approval. They're cheering on Sting. Anderson's going to remove that top turnbuckle, exposing that steel. He's going to drive Sting's face right into it. He's going to the wrong corner, though. Sting fighting his way free. I think Sting was pulling on Anderson, preventing him from going to that corner. But now it's Anderson going into that exposed steel. Sting tried to clothesline him down, but Anderson, the steel already did the job. It knocked him down. And now Sting shoots him into the corner. Stinger splash! Fans cheering. They're standing here. Sting might be going for the Scorpion Deathlock right here. He steps inside. Can he turn him over? Middle of the ring. He's got it. He's got him in the Scorpion. Can Anderson kick out here? Can he get out? No, he can't. It's over. And Sting is moving on to the semifinals. He gets revenge on Arn Anderson here tonight, knocking him out of the tournament. And now there's only one member of the Horsemen left. And that's Nature Boy Ric Flair. But of course, Ric Flair next week has to face Hands of Stone Ron Garvin. What a night it's going to be next week. Don't miss it. 3 more matches in this world title tournament coming your way. Ivan Koloff taking on Lex Luger. Ric Flair versus Ron Garvin. And Nikita Koloff taking on Jimmy Garvin. We'll also have another qualifying match in the World Tag Team Title Tournament. Great matchup to close the program. Thank you again for joining us.
Here is your winner. This is Sting.
Have a great week. I'll see you next Saturday.